Hello and welcome to this week's Horse Racing Ireland's 5 to Follow. Great racing to look forward to this weekend with Naas on Saturday and Fairyhouse on Sunday. So Shane, unfortunately we only had the one winner last weekend.
We ran a good run, Sarah. We'd had 3 winners for a couple of weeks, but it all went wrong, I'm afraid. Last week Martin got City Slicker, which was good, but unfortunately my 2 selections let us down a little bit. But hopefully things will be better this week, and you're going to start us off?
Yes, so at Naas then, the first selection, it's the 1 o'clock, the Limestone Lad Hurdle. It's a grade 3. Now there's only 6 runners in this, but nonetheless it's a competitive race. You've got the likes of Upsy, trained by Willie Mullins, Dungwib as well, making his comeback, which is something to look forward to, and also Rathlin, a Mouse Morris, Jigginstown horse. But I'm going to go for the other Mouse Morris horse in this, Rule the World. Brian Cooper takes the ride on him. Now, he won in Naas back in October, but since then he's run in 2 grade 1s, so some solid form. He was 4th to jet ski in the Hans Graces in Fairyhouse, and then went on to become 2nd behind Zaidport in the Christmas Hurdle at Leopardstown. So like I said, he probably won't go off favourite because it is a competitive race, but he's been running in some really, solid, good races with some solid form behind him. Very
much so. I think that has a great chance, Sarah. And for our second selection, we're going to stick with Naas.
Okay.
I think I have the winner maybe of the Woodlands Park 100 Club Novice Chase. This is a grade 2, and the horse I'm going to go for is the Henry de Bromhead trained Sizing Gold. This fellow will be ridden by Andrew Lynch, who was a very good winner at Navan last time on his return after his summer break. Won very well last time from a horse called Mullahonon River. That was his first run since March, actually, and he saw out the 2.5 mile trip very well, step up to 3 miles this time, and I think the trip should not be a problem.
Okay.
Main dangers, again, you've mentioned Mouse Morris and Brian Cooper. They have Rogue Angel in this race. Obviously, I think this one could be second best, ahead of Ted Walsh's Fox Rock, who I think might chase those 2 home.
Okay, so you're also making the 3rd selection then in Naas. We're staying as well.
So we stick with Naas. On to the Handicap Chase. This is the Cheltenham Trial Day, the 23rd of February Handicap Chase. And the one I'm going to go for here is Kenaway, trained by Claire O'Connell. Last time we saw this one was at Punchestown on New Year's Eve, where it ran very well to finish 2nd behind Luke's Benefit, which is very good form because Luke's Benefit went on to win again at Naas. And even on that running, Kenaway holds El Mundo. So I'm almost going to say it'd be a confident choice if, if there is such a thing in a handicap chase. Okay, so an interesting selection there then. So going on to the 4th selection then, we're moving on to Fairyhouse. It's the 150, the Fairyhouse for fundraisers. It's a handicap hurdle. There's a couple of interesting runners in this. Might be Magic, Dick Dundee, trained by Paul Nolan, one of our favourites on the 5 to Follow. He has, he is a consistent type. Also Hurricane Sky, Tony McCoy's riding. But I'm going to go with the Prunella Dobbs Windsor Queen in this race. Another ride for Brian Cooper as well. She's a really progressive type. She's rated 106 over the hurdles, but she's only carrying 10.7, which she has, so that's really good in her favour due to the fact that she's only a 4-year-old, which means she's obviously taken on the older horses, but she seems to have taken to the hurdles really well. So, yes, seems to love the ground, won on the heavy ground in Limerick at Christmas there. Very good, very good. So you're going then to stay at Fairyhouse for the 5th selection then? The 5th and final selection this week. I'm going to go for another handicap chase, make it difficult. This is the big one of the day. It's the Underwriting Exchange Dan Moore handicap chase. Very open, really wide open. A number of them are going to count. And I'm going to take a bit of a chance with a horse called Competitive Edge, trained by Conor O'Dwyer. Tony McCoy is over. Interestingly enough, I think he won on this horse last year at this time of the year. The trip, I think, will be ideal, 2 miles and 1 furlong. Mark Walsh has won on the horse at Gorham Park, and since that run, actually, not much has gone right for Competitive Edge. But as I said, I'm hoping that this is his time of year, and he can get back to winning ways. Yeah, and JP has a couple of runners in that race. A couple of runners, well, there's plenty in with chances. an English raider there, top of the weights, Majala. This race was run last year in Punchestown, and last year's winner is back this time. Last of the leaders, trained by Arthur Moore last year, with Tony Martin now. Fine run over hurdles for this fella at Leopardstown over Christmas. Must give him a big chance going back over the fences. He's only a few pounds higher this year than he was last year. You can add into that Turban and Cadspeed, two Willie Mullins runners, and Savello is there. So you've got a great race. You've got plenty of choice.
But hopefully you have the winner anyway, Shane. Okay, so we've also got Ascot as well tomorrow. We have a couple of Irish runners over there. Yeah,
there were plenty of Irish horses entered for a couple of meetings in England. Willie Mullins had a number of horses in this weekend, but he has no runner whatsoever in England this week. But flying the flag for us, two trainers, Henry de Bromhead, who we mentioned earlier on, and Shark Hanlon. They run Days Hotel and Hidden Cyclone, respectively, in the big one in England, which is the Clarence House Chase at Ascot tomorrow. Sprinter Sacra won this race last year. Obviously, he's not around at the moment, so I think it's worth the two boys going over with their horses.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully we'll have winners then in Ascot as well. So that rounds up this weekend. Then next weekend we've Leopardstown on Saturday and Sunday. If you'd like any more information on the racing this weekend, you can visit the racecourse websites or go to goracing.ie. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Go Racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.